Go. Go.
Actually, like, Yagoo, of course, before each, like, concert, before it started, he came over to say a few words. He tried his best. And the concert producer, director, also did the same thing. On the first day, there was one activity in the room that I wasn't in. They got so loud, they screamed, they had so much fun. They were bottle flipping. So when Yagoo came and the concert producer came, they made them also do the bottle flip. It became a thing for every like important staff who wanted to like thank us or say any words. They had to do it. It's kind of cute because I don't see this happening in like Fes, in a more Japanese environment. People joke around with Yagoo and so on, but I feel like this is the kind of thing that only happens with EN in America, in a concert for EN. We let them partake in our stupid acts and culture exchanges to mess around. It's less formal, yeah. In Japan, we also will have fun backstage and do some silly things, but it's a different kind of vibe. We wouldn't make Yagoo do bottle flips, I guess.
A lot happened behind the scenes. So one of the things that happened, of course, I think was talked about was the bottle flip. For EN, it's like very normal for us to be more open. I sometimes forget Yagoo is our boss. When Yagoo came in to say, you know, encouraging words before the show started, and everyone was just like, bottle flip! And I'm just like, ha 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 ha. Wait, that's our boss. There was a couple of rooms where everyone could just like spread out and relax and stuff. But there's this one big room where everyone was kind of hanging out during the bottle flip thingy. It was the biggest room with like the biggest couch and stuff. And then I went to get some snacks or something. I hear these like clunk, 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 like something hitting metals noises. I'm just like, what's happening? And so I peek in, and inside the room, because there was like this like metal stool, and everyone just stopped, like started doing the bottle flip onto that stool. So every time the bottle hit that metal stool, it kept making that noise. Wonder who went the hardest at the bottle flip. I personally think I had the most aura, because everyone was doing like multiple attempts, right? They were like, oh man, I can't land the bottle flips. I don't know how to do it. I was just sitting in the corner, like just like watching stuff on my iPad. I think like Toa Senpai was attempting it. And then I was like, you shouldn't like flick it where you want to spin it. You want to toss it upwards so that the gravity will do most of the work and let it drop. I was like half leaned in. I grab the bottle and I do the spin. I land it, and then I just lean back into my iPad again. They were like, oh, you're so good, Ina. And then I was like acting cool. I was like, yeah, that's how you do it. And then inside I'm just like, oh my goodness, thank goodness it landed. It would have been so embarrassing if I was aura farming like that and I didn't like. A little more time passed, and I think it was like Subaru Senpai who started trying it, and then Bea was also like teaching her kind of how to do it. And I do the same thing, and where I'm just like, oh yeah, it's pretty easy. Like all you gotta do is just like honestly just toss it up so that like don't spin too much of it, otherwise it's gonna like spin too much. And I do the same thing again. I landed, I leaned back into my chair. I'm just like, thank goodness I landed that in front of my senpais. I think it started with just asking Yagoo to do the bottle flip, and then after Yagoo, a bit later, I think like the lives director, the EN lives director this time, came over to say their encouraging words for the show. And then before everyone left, everyone was just like, no, you can't leave yet. You gotta do the bottle flip. I wonder if some of the directors and staff were not used to this level of engagement. I wish I could read people's thoughts so I could just like think about what they're thinking about. Yeah, because I mean like all the talents are really friendly with the staff. Because sometimes for like Fes, for example, there's just a lot of staff and everyone is moving so fast that there's not much of like interactions like this. I think that's one of the good things about the EN live is that things feel a little more different, more Western in a way. It's a lot more chill. That's just good. More bonding time, which is why like every time like the EN live happens, I feel much closer and much more bonded with everyone, especially in EN and the guests as well, because we're actually able to spend a lot of time together. It's like team building exercise.